Divine Feminine? It's your favorite buddy, Divine Masculine. So, think you're gonna get a tarot reading, do ya? Think you're gonna get me to finally, be with you, and you wanna know if that's really gonna happen, and all that kind of stuff, huh? Well, I got some news for you. I don't ever want to see you again. You can get all the tarot readings you want, and I'm never going to do it. I'm here to tell you right now, I'm just going to break your heart, and everything. Nope. Oh, hell no. We're not going to take that shit from Divine Masculine. Guys, happy Friday. It's the Twin Flames Collective reading, and I got some good news for you. It's not really up to Divine Masculine. It really isn't, you guys. Here's the thing. I've been telling people this for 7 years. I've been coaching Twin Flames. 7,000. I'm with my twin. Guys, you have the power. You do. You literally, I'm telling you, guys, you literally have like a freaking magic wand in your hand. Get your twin flame at minimum to start talking to you, right? Like if they got you blocked, they'll unblock you and start talking to you. And you're like, yeah, tell me more. Because everybody on the internet kind of seems to get that. Like there's something I can do, right? And what's sad is you see people talking about what to do all day long, but nobody seems to be helping anybody else to be with their twin. Nobody's really with their twin. Wait a minute, so we're all sitting around talking about the magic trick. I gotta find the code breaker to get my twin flame to be with me. How do I do that? But then nobody knows how to do it. Fuck that, guys. Look, it's really simple. Here's how I did it. Because again, I'm with my twin. I've helped a lot of people, guys, thousands. You are your twin flame. That's how. And you're like, Kurt, I know, but how do I do that right now? No, that's what I'm saying. It's not a doing, guys. The answer to the question, how do I do that? How do I get them to come be with me, Kurt? How do I do that? The answer to that question is, you are your twin flame. You are not the mind. The mind is what wants to know how to do that. So the very first teaching in my paid video coaching, I'm going to give it to you fucking right now for free, guys. It's called Be, Do, Have. Most people start with doing. So I got to do something about my twin flame, and then I'll have my twin flame, and then I'll be happy, right? Well, what I'm telling you is you are your twin flame. And I'm not talking about, well, I guess it kind of is the law of attraction, actually. But the mistake everybody makes is they try to fix the mind. But you and your twin flame, you're not the same mind, guys. This isn't soulmates. You're the same soul, dude. You got to do soul stuff. You have to be a match energetically to your soul, you guys. Everybody believes themselves to be a mental creature, a person, right? I'm a mom, I'm a brother, I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer, I'm a teacher, I'm a truck driver. I'm liberal, I'm conservative, I've been to these places, I've done these things. That's who I am, right? That's what me is, right? Okay. But who you really are is beyond the mind. And what is that? The soul. But what is the soul? Consciousness. Consciousness is not thought. And consciousness is just being, existing, and that's it. The soul is not doing, and it is not doing. The soul isn't doing, and it isn't not doing. Okay? And I'm not just playing around with the words. It's not duality. The mind is duality. The mind can do or not do. Kurt, what do I do about them? Or maybe I shouldn't do this thing. So I could do this and then not do that, right? And then I'll get my twin flame back. You got to flip it, guys. Being comes first. And again, I'm not talking about what is your mind being. I'm talking about the actual being of self, which is beyond mind. The soul, which, again, what does everybody say about twin flames? You're the same soul, you guys. Aha. So if you're trying to do some kind of healing, mental gymnastics, balancing your inner feminine and masculine, healing your inner childhood wounds, which is normally really great stuff to do. But if you're doing that for your twin, they fucking run harder than ever, huh? They run harder than ever. We talked about this last Friday. I had everybody in the comments go, hey, if you've ever tried any of that stuff, let me know how it worked out. And again, maybe it made you feel better, but your twin flame didn't show up. Your twin flame didn't come back. Yeah, you don't need to do any of that stuff, guys. You're not the mind. That's not who you are. You are not a personality. You are not a mental creature. And by the way, it just so happens what I'm explaining to you right now is the basic tenet of traditional Zen spiritualism, real spiritualism, like Buddha and Jesus and Yogananda and Eckhart Tolle and Ram Dass, right? The big names in spiritualism. You look at the average so-called spiritual person on YouTube, it's just some new ager or something, and they're a nice person and everything. I'm not trying to bash anybody, but they're very confused. They think spiritual is a personality type, healing, astrology, crystals, which is all fine. I actually do those things myself. That's not a problem, but it doesn't work with your twin flame, guys. Because your twin flame is the bare bones basics of spiritualism, which is the experience of consciousness. That's it. And again, remember I told you, if you were to ask me, Kurt, what do I do about my twin flame? I would go, you are your twin flame. That is the answer to your question. So consciousness is just this being, and you experience it. You don't think your way there. You don't understand it, right? It's not thinking. It's not understanding. It's not emotion. You don't heal your way into it. You just already are that. You just already are that. You are a soul. You are consciousness already. The trick is to see beyond the illusion of self, which is the mental perception of self, right? You're not that. You're not a thinker. You're not a personality, right? So there could be some danger in store for you, Divine Feminine, but I think you will overcome it. I think it will be fine. Actually, no. Actually, I take that back because we got this Ace of Swords right here. Yeah, we'll get to that later, but I think actually this is really great because you're going to see something so clearly. That's what it is. That's why that Seven of Swords comes out. You're going to see something real clearly, guys. I think you're going to be having a lot of clarity in the next week or two. Okay, King of Swords at the bottom of the deck, Divine Masculine. I mean, they're going to be coming at you pretty hard in the coming days and weeks. If they got you blocked, you probably catch them stalking your social media, or they're going to take you out of the friend zone or something like that. And it's going to trigger something in your mind. You're going to have a lot of clarity, I think, after this one, you guys. That's really what I think is going on here. So that's a big hallelujah, Divine Feminine. There's going to be some big changes from your point of view, and even from DM, right? I don't think it's going to be pretty, but it's going to be changed nonetheless. Okay, so at the center of the reading for your connecting energy, Page of Pentacles in reverse. So again, some of you guys, you've been on my channel for a while. You heard me explain this stuff over and over and over again, and that's just kind of how we learn. You got to hear people explain the same thing, right? And eventually you go, oh, wait, now I get it, right? Okay. So this is starting to add up, I think, for a lot of you watching. If you're new, I got your back. I'm going to hook you up with some free resources later on in the video. But this is the thing, guys. Like you're finally seeing beyond that veil of separation and illusion, which, again, that word separation, what does it mean? It's the mental state of consciousness. Union is the soul. Again, those words come from the Zen traditions. Twin flames ripped them off. And I shouldn't say that. I mean, they borrowed the teachings and they were using them, I think, properly, like back in the 1950s. But then the internet guys, oh my fucking God, no wonder people believe in the dead internet theory. Because it does what it always does, man. It did what it always does with twin flame teachings. It twisted the shit all around, and now nobody remembers what the original teachings were. But I can tell exactly what they were. I mean, I don't know who did it. I know it had to be in the 1950s, because I've got some printed literature indicating that knowledge was in place in the 60s. But that's what I'm telling you. Those aren't relationship statuses. The internet did that. The internet caused that to happen. That's why there's a lot of confusion about this. Well, anyway, guys, 9 of Swords for Divine Masculine in the subconscious, recent past. Yeah, no surprise there. We know they're worried about their situation, but they have good reason to be. This is a fucking disaster, dude. So if you remember, like last Friday, boy, did their pride take a hit. And you know how guys hate that. And again, your twin flame could be a gal, right? Like mine. My twin flame, so-called DM, is a woman, and then I'm what you would call DF. But it doesn't really work on gender. Those are just labels, right? It doesn't really work that way. Those are labels pointing you at the teaching of yin and yang, guys. Light and dark, plus and minus, right? Man, woman. Okay. So duality, yin and yang. But, yeah, I don't know, man. They're trying to save face. There's kind of this 4 of Pentacles right here. Again, it's next to the King of Swords in reverse. So they're kind of in damage control, but I don't think it's going to work, guys. That situation is out. So the whole karmic situation, what you guys call karmic situation, which could be an actual person. Kelsey Karmic. Kelsey Karmic, their person, your DM. Their spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, right? Kelsey Karmic. Or it could be a job. Maybe they work too much, they travel too much, their mom, whatever the stupid excuse is that they used. And then often, they don't even fucking give you an excuse, huh? They don't give you any fucking reason, huh? Most of the time, I actually have taken surveys about that from you guys. And the overwhelming majority of you did say, yeah, they didn't give me any fucking reason. Or if they give you a reason, it's the stupidest cooked up reason you've ever heard in your life. Right? Okay, so for you, Divine Feminine, looking a lot better. 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands. So this is, I think you've been having some kind of breakthroughs. Even if you're still kind of in that like dark night of the soul energy, it doesn't really matter. Okay, because you've been having some fucking breakthroughs. And people are noticing, whatever it is. Like even, okay, when I was in the dark night of the soul, I had people at work ask me, are you all right, dude? Right? They could tell something was wrong and that it had been that way for a while. Like it wasn't just like I was having a bad day. Like I remember one of my coworkers, when they asked me that question, that was kind of the context. It wasn't just, are you all right? Like, are you just having a bad day? No, they knew something was really wrong, and it was more than just today. Like that, right? Even that. And of course, I was like, oh yeah, I'm great. You bet. Right? Because I worked in the financial industry, and when you work at a financial company like a bank, you got to be all fucking fake and shit. And I was like, oh yeah, everything's fine. No. I was like dying inside over a breakup. What the fuck, man? You guys, you know this isn't normal, huh? That's why you're here watching Twin Flame Tarot readings. Good God. All right, so in the 3D, again, full in reverse, but it's next to the Page of Cups. So I don't know what it is, guys. You've had some kind of a breakthrough. Even if you're still feeling kind of crappy, something felt really good. You're like, wait, I think I've got some of this shit figured out. And honey, you ain't seen nothing yet, my friends. Divine Feminine, buckle up because you're going on the fucking ride of your life. At least if you do this right. You could make the wrong choice too. I just talked about this last Friday. If you pick the person and you make your twin flame the goal, not only does that make them run harder, but you'll just go through the same cycles of suffering over and over and over again, guys. Now, if instead you make your spiritual ascension the goal, that's when they start to come back. You feel amazing, actually, not just better, but fucking incredible, you guys. And you're not doing anything about the person. Remember what I said at the beginning. And you guys, for those of you that have been on my channel for a while, I'm trying to switch up the intros a little bit. So if you skipped the intro, you should go watch the intro to this video, you guys. Because I explained, it's one of the teachings from my paid coaching, the whole bit about be, do, have, right? So if somebody asks the question, Kurt, my twin flame is running, what do I do? How do I get them back? What do I do, right? And my answer is, you are your twin flame. That's what you do. And it's like, wait, what? Because I'm not telling them any kind of like actionable things to do. Right? You can do the detox. You can let go of the twin flame myths. Yes, that always helps. But the ultimate real answer is you already are your twin flame. There's nothing that you need to do about them. Okay? You just are them. The problem is people believe that they are this mental creature, this personality, the mind, right? People derive their sense of identity from there. And so how does the mind do things? Well, exactly that way. It's doing. And we'll come back to that in a second because, again, you guys are going to have some fucking big breakthroughs real quick here, Divine Feminine. You're going to see through the illusion. So, Divine Masculine, again, kind of fucking around. 7 of Pentacles. How can I salvage this situation? Damage control. Maybe I just got to wait longer. Maybe I can save face. It isn't going to work, guys, and they're going to let it go pretty quick, but it's not going to be without a lot of drama and fanfare. I mean, this is a fucking disaster. This is the end of an old life, guys. This is going to be hard for them, but who cares? I mean, seriously, I'm just trying to be real, man, because if that shit falls away, they can come be with your sexy, divine, feminine ass. Oh, yeah. And you know you are the finest. And I'm fucking not pulling your chain, man. They're not going to be able to say no. But that's the thing. Again, why can't they say no? Why is this such a fucking disaster? Why is their whole situation blowing up? Everything's being torn apart. And again, they could be shit posting on social media. Don't believe that shit, guys. If they're on Facebook or Instagram, you know, they're taking pictures of them with their kids or some shit. And they're like, yeah, look at how cool my life is. Everything's fucking awesome. Right? Guys, people do that all the time. Most people do that on social media. It's bullshit, guys. It's a fucking train wreck. If you could be a fly on the wall at your twin's house right now, you'd be like, oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Right? Like that. It's not, it might be kind of entertaining, actually. I don't know. Maybe you should put a spy camera in their house. No, don't do that. But again, why is this happening, guys? Why are they doing that? Why? Well, because, okay, how are you guys going to be together if that doesn't ever happen? Number one. So whatever it is, the karmic situation, I don't know, whatever the fucking stupid reason is for why you guys can't be together, that has to go. But for them to be with you, even after that's gone, any of this stuff that's happening at all right now, why is that happening? Well, guys, it's because you are shifting fundamentally and energetically. What have I been saying this whole time? You are your twin flame, and you don't think your way there. You don't understand how to do that. You just are consciousness, guys, right? Justice card next to the 5 of Cups in reverse. You're going to see why you had to go through that very painful dark night of the soul. And I know we just talked about that like a week ago or something, huh? Remember? I explained like why is that happening? And that's the first step in your spiritual awakening. Again, in the Zen traditions, they call it ego death. Remember, body, mind, soul, right? So the mind is thoughts, emotions, and the ego, which I'm talking about ego in the clinical sense, not the pejorative sense, right? So the pejorative sense of the word ego, that's like, oh, well, you're really arrogant, right? Not that kind of ego, but the clinical objective use of the word ego, which is this retained collection of thought and emotional patterns that constitutes this self, right? All these roles that we play in life, beliefs that we have, right? It's our sense of identity. But what you're finding out is that's an illusion, guys. That's a mask. You know, you should go watch the Samadhi movie. Actually, no, I got one better, because I'll mention that to you in any one of my free coaching videos. Go watch my free coaching videos, because what it is that you're experiencing, it's for a purpose, guys. This is your spiritual awakening, and you just need to embrace that instead of the person. Do you ever get the sense, Divine Feminine, that there's kind of like, you know, like something else going on here in my life? All these weird changes that you're experiencing, there's something else going on other than having to do with my person, my twin flame, and I can't quite put my finger on it. Like there's going to be some kind of a big change or a big shift, or my life is going to change in ways that I just can't quite explain, and I can't quite put my finger on it. I can't figure out how that is true, right? Right, that's intuition, you guys. That's why it's the Justice card, okay? You're being brought this experience by a higher power, by your soul. And it's the soul is where that knowing is coming from. Like, I know they're my twin flame. I know this is huge, and I don't know why, right? It's almost like it's like deja vu or something. Right, it's spiritual. That energy of that knowing, that's your soul, guys. That's being. Notice how the more you think about it, you never figure it out. You can't understand it, right? The soul, it can't be understood, but you experience it as consciousness, guys. So go check out my playlist on my YouTube channel. Again, I'm with my twin flame. I've helped over 7,000 people. I've helped thousands to be with their twin flame. Go check it out, guys. You're going to find out fast that the way I teach this is way different than the way everybody else teaches it. And again, I'm not saying that to bash anybody. I don't think I'm better than anybody else, guys. I don't, but I know my core message is different than everybody else on the internet. And that's why I'm getting radically different results. That's why I've helped thousands. I'm with my twin. Yes, guys, there is a way that this works. Separation and union are not a relationship status with your twin flame. Union is the soul. The word union has always been used to describe a higher state of consciousness, this oneness, right? So you've heard kind of these two basic teachings in spiritualism, right? The oneness. And then you've heard about the separation, the duality, the yin and yang, the two, right? That's what those words are, guys. Again, twin flames, I'm assuming somebody figured it out a long time ago and they were using those words right. But then the internet, guys, the internet, I'm telling you, it does that with everything, man. Any topic, not just twin flames, you know. I understand why people believe in the dead internet theory. You know what I mean? So there's a playlist on my YouTube channel called The True Twin Flame Teachings, where I kind of made it easy for you. Guys, go get in there, start watching. You're going to have to unlearn the old stuff too. We'll talk about that in a minute. You're going to have to unlearn the internet hype about twin flames, where they make it sound like this is like super soulmates or something, right? But just go get started. There's also my paid coaching. It's not expensive, guys. Super affordable. And it's actually twin flame coaching. I'm not sorry for saying it. Again, the internet got this one wrong, guys. The internet got it wrong, man. Everything, almost 100% of what you're going to get on the internet is soulmate coaching, but then they put the label twin flame on top of it. Why? Because, I don't know, it's the internet, man. They hear the word twin flame and they go, oh, that sounds nice. Yeah, I want to be with my twin flame. I love you. Right? Is that what you're experiencing? No, you're in hell, man. Okay, so there's a way out of that. And then when you come all the way out of that, you're going to feel so fucking incredible. You won't even believe it, you guys. And your twin flame is going to come screaming back into your life. But this does work different than what people say it does on average on the internet. So that's my coaching system. Yes, it's twin flame coaching. Yes, it works, obviously. I got a playlist on my YouTube channel called Twin Flame Success Stories, where it's a bunch of my students that are married to their twin, living together, right? I'm not bluffing, guys. There's a bunch of people there's proof all over my YouTube channel. There you go. That this does work. It's 50 hours. By the way, my coaching system, 50 hours long. I don't just breadcrumb you. I don't keep charging you money month after month after month after month after month. You pay one price, one time. I do have payment plans, however, yes, but it's 6 payments and that's it. So it's one price split into 6 payments. And when you're done paying, you are done paying and you keep the videos forever. It's not a subscription, guys. It's a product that you're going to keep at least as long as I'm alive. Now, if you can pay in full, you do save 50 bucks. Yes. So do that if you can. But you guys, some people, they just don't have 300 bucks. 400 bucks, whatever. No problem. I got your back, man. There's payment plans. And you can start watching the videos with your first payment, guys. And then when you're done with the videos, you're going to talk to us. There's 4 Zoom calls a week. The calls are recorded. There's my secret Facebook group, not my public New World All-Star Facebook group, not that group, but the private group for paying students, that group, right? And you don't even have to use your real name. I don't care. You can use a fake name. I don't care. It's all private. Your friends, family, coworkers, your spouse. I don't judge, guys. I was there, man. Here, it's in here somewhere. Where is it? It's that one. But yeah, go check that out, man. It's really affordable and it's 50 hours long. I give you everything. Everything is in there, guys. Everything. All right. Patience. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I'm going to read out of the book on this one. Patience. Let's see what it has to say. Patience with a P. Archangel Michael. Oops, Metatron. Michael. Patience. Here we go. Message. Michael's oracle suggests that you have been rushing to create, to make manifest. Work to allow, dear one. I like this card. Then you will truly see patience as an active force in the time distance between visualization and manifestation. Meditate on stillness. I told you. I told you. I love that. Meditate on stillness so that you may consider your desire without attachment. Dude, guys, I've been chirping at you this whole time about spiritualism, real spiritualism, this stuff, right? The internet, again, the internet is going to tell you spiritual is like healing and crystals and stuff, and there isn't anything wrong with doing that stuff. I've done that stuff, but I didn't do any of that stuff to get her to come back at all. If you do that stuff to get your twin flame to come back, they run. You can't make them the goal. You have to transcend the mind. And that's the basic tenet of genuine spiritualism, not the pop culture stuff on the internet, guys. Real spiritualism. You are not your mind. That's spiritualism. You are consciousness. That's the soul, you guys. I have all my students start with this book. That's how you get your twin flame back, you guys. Again, go watch my free coaching videos. The playlist, it's called The True Twin Flame Teachings. And then, of course, there's also my Twin Flame Success Stories playlist. If you don't believe me, you guys, there's thousands. It's insane. This works, guys. This works if you know what you're doing. So that's why we're getting this 3 of Cups card. A lot of the stuff that I'm blabbing at you right now is going to start to make a lot of fucking sense to you real quick. You are being, guys. You are not doing. The mind is doing. The mind is action. That's why this whole situation with DM is going to come crashing down. It's going to be a fucking disaster. It's a train wreck. Well, why? Because you are your twin flame. You are them, and you are going there. You're going into the real place where you are one with them. And where you are one with them, again, what do they call it? Union. That's the word union, guys. Okay, that's what that word really is. So a lot of this stuff is going to start making sense to you. Like this card, when I read from the book, it was like, yeah, focus on meditate on stillness, which is the only kind of meditation you can do. That's like real, actual meditation. So slowing down, stillness, being, not trying to get somewhere, not trying to get the outside world to change, but just existing and accepting what is right now. That's why Eckhart Tolle's book is called The Power of Now. You're getting out of the duality of mind, past, future, outcome-based, right? The soul isn't concerned about having the outside world be any different than it is. It's just there existing, and that's all. That's the soul. It's not thinking, it's just existing, right? Okay, well, if your twin flame is your soul, that's what you got to do, guys. Again, this is the classical teachings of genuine spiritualism, okay? So, Two of Swords next to the Queen of Swords in reverse, right? Again, there's not going to be any possibility that they're going to let you go ever. And if anything, you're probably going to hear from them. You guys, this King of Swords is definitely screaming that at you. They're going to, again, they got you blocked, they'll unblock you. They got you in the friend zone, they're going to want to get freaky all of a sudden. And you might actually mess that up, but don't worry. You can't like really mess it up. It's just temporary. Like if they pull away again, it's okay. They'll be back, and it won't take very long the next time they come back either. But here's this Seven of Swords. This is why I kind of tripped when I saw this card at first, but then I was like, okay, because there's these other cards, the Ace of Swords, and then the Ten of Cups. You're going to see your ego mind a lot differently, you guys. It's going to be a big breakthrough. You're going to realize that this mental creature, the ego mind, is not who you are. Whatever comes through, whenever you have this experience with your twin flame, okay, you're going to see that. Like maybe there's going to be a trigger or something. And then the next day you're going to get out of bed and you're going to go, wait a minute. This is a fiction. This is all a fucking illusion. I don't believe any of this stuff, right? Whatever your mind is saying, you're going to say, wait, this is propaganda. This is a shadow, right? That's not you. You are the conscious being, guys. You are that. That's your soul. That's your twin flame. And it's going to be a big victory, guys. Huge breakthrough, Divine Feminine. Give yourself a pat on the back. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Please give me a like. Also, please don't forget to hit the bell notification icon button when you subscribe so you get notifications whenever I post one of my videos. Have a great weekend, everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye!